So in case you couldn't guess, I guess. I mean, I didn't really leave any clues very much at all. So, but here's our new upgrade. I'm pretty stoked. I got the chrome, or the, well, obviously chrome capped, smoked with the stripe. They're not the dots. So that's nice. I also got the high output LEDs. And then the, obviously turn signal just comes with it. But I got this pre-wired for the parking and turn signal. And then I have this dual wired for the reverse light and dome light. So they give you instructions and all that good stuff. This is from Boost Auto Parts. I don't know if y'all have heard of them or not. They've got some really cool stuff. Truckmaster had originally posted a video on them. He got mirrors as well. But I figure, you know, because like I mentioned in my last video or video before or whatever, you know, I like chrome. I do. And with a black truck, a little chrome goes a long way. And as you could tell, there's not a lot of chrome on here. You got the grill, the bumper, the step, and then the mirror and the door handle, which it's only on one side. The other side doesn't have it. I'm working on the wiring right now. I've got the wiring run through the door accordion. That's what I call it. The door boot. I got it run through there. And you got 3 wires per mirror to run. I just tied them up together and then grabbed them with my little pinchy grabby pull through tool. And here's the instructions. 03 to 14, dual function, all that good stuff. You can pause it and read if you want to. But, I mean, already we've got function. I mean, the mirror moves on its own. That is so nice. I mean, the last mirrors, and I'll show you now that they're out of the truck. These mirrors belong on a 99 to 02. They've got the wrong pigtail. It's too short, and it belongs on a 99 to 02. But, and so I've been stuck with some non-powered mirrors for a long while, and it looks like someone was dicking around with them. They're just boogered to all snot. They're, man, look at the gap. I don't understand that, how that happened, because this side doesn't have that, you know. So, they're good, they're pretty solid mirrors. I haven't had too much wiggling issues with them or anything. They've been pretty solid. One of them does wiggle more than the other, whatever. I put some duct tape on there because I'm having some wind noise on the passenger side, which is just going to end up being the top of the door. And the gasket's pretty plump. But pretty excited for this upgrade. It's been a little while coming here. So, but here's the door wiring. It plugs into the switch. This is the wiring that comes with the mirror. You got 3 pigtails, but only 2 of them plug into the window switch. And then you got another one that they give you, obviously, all the components. I'm trying not to slip. I'm wearing the cowboy boots out here. It's my work boots. Yeah, this pigtail plugs into that little bitty one. And then it's just got 2 ends on there. Obviously, gray goes to ground, white goes to trailer backup, and this one goes to the parking and the underhood fuse block. So 2 of them going into the underhood fuse block, and I opted for them to send me some fuse taps. If I can find them. Yeah, so they gave me 2 fuse taps, so I can just tap right into stuff. I don't know what this is for. What is this? Oh, reverse dome light instructions. So I gotta wire that up. That's gonna be fun. But, yeah, so I'm going to go on their website, I guess, for instructions. That's fun. I love those kind. But, they give you bolts, so you can bolt it up if someone was dicking around with your truck before you bought it, or you were dicking around with it and lost the bolts. But, so you got all the bolts, you got everything. So I think this will look pretty slick, actually, you know, especially at night when it's lit up. The whole idea of what I want to do is with like the red truck and this one is, now that I've got those with just the LED stripes, is I want to have like an LED stripe top and bottom on here that light up, and then 2 more over here that light up, so that way 2 stripes. You know, these ones are, it flashes like that instead of together. They flash opposite of each other when the parking lights are on, and I like that. I just think 2 LED strips on there would look good. Now, what I'd like to do with this truck is the same thing, 2 stripes down there, but then they also have cab lights, I think from Putco maybe, that have 2 stripes for each of the, and they look factory because they're the long bar and the 2 small ones, and they just got 2 LED stripes. You know, I think that would look pretty slick on here with the same mirrors. Maybe not smoked, but I don't know what I'd do yet. I really don't. For the red truck, I just kind of winged it with this one. I was like, I want smoked. I know it's gonna look good, and you know what? We'll just shoot for the chrome. I guess we'll see how that looks, and you know, it's not looking bad. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's a pretty decent choice. But so far, you know, it's a good tight finish. And I already have a turn signal. That I haven't had yet, because those other ones didn't even offer that. The ones that were on here, they were on turn signal. But if they were turn signals, I'd consider putting them on that one, because that one, I originally wanted ones with turn signals for this one. Dad got me those mirrors for Christmas when I first bought the truck, and you know, I knew he was getting them, and because he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, so I sent him a link, and I tried to go cheap because, you know, at the time these were the only style out. I don't even think those ones are out yet, and or if they were, they weren't optioned for older trucks, and but yeah, I just wanted something cheap for him. I didn't want to, you know, go overboard like, $300 mirrors just because it's got the turn signal. These were like $180 or something, maybe even less. But they've been good. They've been fairly freaking tight. They're starting to wiggle already, which is a bummer because they're only like 3 years old, and I don't do any off-roading. So although Michigan roads, you can consider that off-roading the entire time because there's like no road left. But yeah, so I just got to run those same 3 wires through there, and then I got to run them over, and I'm going to ground them right here because there's this wire, or yeah, probably, I don't know which one now because that's plastic. I think the other side's got down to the metal. That's where I usually ground stuff, and it hasn't failed yet. So I just want to check out that ground, see what we got. No, I ground stuff here all the time. Okay, so I do ground stuff straight to the plastic then, and that's fine. It's touching the stud. So that works. It really does. I've used it on both trucks, so I'll just do that gray wire ground over there, and then we're going to run them both over here. And that same ground that I showed you guys in a later video, or an earlier video, I guess. Let's see. This grommet right here, where all my crap is sticking through, you're going to go through this grommet. You just push it through from here in there, and it's a 2-piece. It's got a rubber disc inside that round cone boot that I just push through, and you just pull that round disc out, and it's got a slit in there, and you can slide that back, and you can fish wires into that slit, and then fish them through the end of that grommet, that cone, and then put that round disc back in, and come back, you know, push it up as close to in the hole as you can from here, and then you just kind of come out here and you kind of pull on the grommet to seat it again, and it's worked for me. And make sure that this big boot here isn't pushed through the other side, because for me it was. I don't even know how that happened, but all of a sudden I started hearing a lot of extra engine noise, and I'm like, crap, is this brand new engine I just put in here freaking blowing up already or what? But it just turned out I was running some wires, and I noticed that big boot was pushed in, and I was like, oh, so I pulled it back through, snapped it in, and went for a drive, and much quieter. So that's nice. But anyway, so I just figure quick little rundown of everything. I just think they're going to be pretty freaking slick, especially when I get them wired up properly. But I definitely been wanting some mirrors for this truck since the ones on here didn't work and they were boogered looking and especially dry looking. But yeah, I think this will suffice nicely. So I'm excited to finish this up. So I'm gonna get back to it and I'll cut to when I get to turning them on and whatnot, so you guys can see what they actually look like at night or daytime then night, because it's only my phone won't show me. My watch says it is 11. What is that? 40, 35, 40. All right, so alrighty, we will pan to when we get her done. All right, so we've got them installed all the way. The only thing I got to do is tie up the wires and stuff. So there's the turn signal with the parking lights. And then with our dome light, except I turned it off just to see if it was working, just to make sure it was working. So, oh, how freaking bright that is, just in the daytime. Holy, that's gonna light up something, I tell you what. That's gonna be nice. Alright, yeah, that's nice. So that's worth it to me. I mean, frick, that's nice. And now with these bars on, I drive with the parking, actually with pretty much the fog lights on the entire time, so I always have the parking lights on. I just think that looks freaking neat. Okay, so we do without parking lights. There, that's what they look like. Yeah, and I need to get some LEDs for these or something, but later date. But yeah, I like that. Light on. After a few seconds, light off. So, come on, you can do it. I don't know when these suckers turn off, but I think they're on for a good minute. Oh, there they go. Sweet, and they even dim off. Fancy. So, I guess, yeah, and they're tied in with the reverse lights. Let me get the key. Throw her in reverse here. You know, this truck's been kind of confusing for me. When I first got it, you didn't have to step on the brake, damn it, to get anything to turn on. So, you can see the dome light is off for, well, because I turned them off. Yeah, okay, so they're off, but the reverse lights are on. There you go. And the parking lights are on, just because the headlights are on, everything's on. So, that's a lot of wiring. That's a lot of wiring. Keeps you busy, that's for sure. I've been out here for at least an hour and a half, couple hours, I don't know. It's cold though. This is that rubber disc I was talking about. So I gotta put that back in yet, but I got all them wires to tuck up yet. A lot of wires. And of course I got mine set on for like a minute. Or 40 seconds, I think, that the lights stay on, so cool. But I'll show you what I did in the fuse box, because this was kind of a pain in the butt. And you can see these are bent backwards, these ones are bent forwards. That was the only way I was going to get them to fit, because, I mean, you're in between two relays, and if this was standing straight up and down, it would be pushing right into the side of that. That's kind of a flaw to me. But so I got those in there, and they're tucked up around. I gotta pretty this stuff up yet. I mean, I'm not done, but they're fully installed. Otherwise, all wired up and all that fun stuff. But so that's how they look. Let's see if and get, because it's not dark enough. Well, the headlights did come on by themselves, so unlock, relock, unlock. I don't know, reverse lights come on? Yes, they did. Cool. So I don't know when they really turn off, but oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. It's kind of like a courtesy light on the outside of the truck, so that's nice. That is nice. Plus our lights, you can't even hardly tell that are on because of freaking black housing. It's non-reflective. But yeah, this is decent. I'm really content with it. And the fact that both mirrors actually have a freaking function. They actually freaking move. So how decent is that? It's nice. And the one thing I might do, because I like having it, is I had those little spot mirrors, blind spot mirrors on there. I might pop them back on. Whoa, slipped out here. Just because I like the idea of being able, because this doesn't, as far as I know, I'm gonna get in there and take a look. But as far as I know, that's probably not gonna show me exactly what I want to see. I like having that. It's just that extra little measure. I don't even have to really look over my shoulder because I've got that sucker pointed all the way out, and it, you know, if there's a car in my blind spot, I'm gonna freaking see it between that, and a little blind spot, you know. So that's our install. It's pretty time consuming. I'll show you that little doohickey I had to wire up. This guy, I gotta cut some copper wires off that wire, but so this is for the dual function reverse and dome light. Like the video says, the very left harness in there, not the one that's plugged in. It goes up into the dash and down below the dash. Gray and black stripe. Black stripe, gray wire right there. This side, the bottom side, has the power, if you're curious. But I just took, because there's a lot of extra wire, I just cut that and used the extra wire to go down and feed into the supply. You got two supplies that power the mirrors. These are both the mirrors. This is the power supply. So that said, all that will hide behind the kick panel, so I gotta get that stuff all put back on and zip tied up. Probably got another 15-20 minutes of freaking cleaning up yet, but it'll be worth it. And you know, all this stuff I could transfer over to the new design truck I'm thinking of doing. So if I haven't discussed that already, we'll get into that at a later date. But all this stuff I could plop onto a new truck and be hunky-dory. Just the time of running all the wiring again. It'll be worth it in the end, and this sucker's like brand spanking new. So yeah, man, it's a comfy cruiser now. And we have another mod coming tomorrow in the mail, and that one's going to be another kind of extensive, but that focuses just on the center console. So you'll be kind of surprised to see that this is even available on the market, because there's not been a lot of advertising for this. So I think you're going to be jonesing for one when you freaking see what it is. So alrighty, I suppose I'm freezing. I'm going to get this stuff all cleaned up and then go get some groceries. But oh man, it's just nice to have, you know, slick looking truck at the end of the day, because it's just nice. Let's see, that's the wrong vehicle. Key fob, lock, yeah. Alrighty, I suppose. Thanks for watching, guys.